Hi, how are you today? Sorry, I can't hear you. How are you? Good, me too. I'm actually double happy today. First, because you invited me again on this stage, and even more than that, because you invited me in a session called Real Life Successful Story. Now, I don't know about the success of my story, but I do know that this year has been incredible, and I've had a lot of very nice real life experience I want to share with you. Now, I'm a scientist, and I know nothing about startup and companies and business, but I did something right eventually in this year that brought me from being pitching on this stage to a co-founder of a multi-million company. So eventually, by chance, I did something right. And this something right is what I want to show with you today. Now, how my story started. It started on Friday afternoon when this crazy lady called me, and on the phone she says, how come you are the only contestant that hasn't sent me your presentation yet? And I'm going like, I answered like I usually do. Yeah, I'm so sorry, I'm being a little bit busy. I'll send it to you in about 1 hour. But when I hung up the phone, I looked pretty much like this. And I had 3 questions in my mind. The first one was, who is Anina? And the second one was, what presentation was she talking about? And the third one was, what is Slush? So as you can see, my one was not really a great start. But nevertheless, I made it through, and finally, I arrived to this stage giving my pitch. Now, this is what I want to share with you. And my experience will go through answering these 3 questions. Why this stage was the right stage at the right time for me? What did I do next? What happened in practice? And what was the biggest challenge, or if you want, the biggest achievement that I've done? Now, this was the right place at the right time because in the audience, like today, it happened to be a single person, at least, who got very excited and very interested in what I was doing, which is developing cancer vaccines. And this person approached me afterwards saying like, I'm very interested. I want somehow get part of this story. And as I said, I don't know how those things go. And I would have messed it up if it wasn't for the second thing I did right. And the second thing I did right was to team up already before everything, already from the starting, with the University of Helsinki Innovation Service, who has an incredible team of people which are very well trained, and they know how to take science invention to the commercial route. So together with the Helsinki University Innovation Service, which is called HIS, and this person who I met at Slush, who represented, was a director of an investment company who had operated mainly in UK, Canada, United States, and some part also in the rest of Europe. We started a discussion. How can we make even a better and even a bigger team? And we shared a vision. And that vision was, let's make something extraordinary. But how do you make something extraordinary? You have to start from the top. You can have a nice idea, but your team is what makes the difference. And I only had a nice idea. So together with HIS and the BentMind team, we said, okay, we want to have this dream team, and we want to start from our CEO. Then we went through all the best candidates that they were available at the moment in the world. We had candidates from Canada, from United States, from Europe, one from Finland. But everybody in this big, strong team we made were pointing the finger to a single person who was based in Oxford. This guy had broken all the record for fundraising. And they were saying, we need this guy. He's skeptical, but we need to convince him. So before I know, I've been put on a Finnair flight heading to Oxford with some other team member, and I had only one mission: convince this guy to join our team and to be CEO of our company. Now, eventually, also there, I did something right, because I actually managed to convince our CEO, Dr. Mike Stein. Please, Mike, come on stage.
Hey, Vince. Hey.
So I know why I wanted him, but I actually never asked him, Mike, why on earth did you choose us?
It was pretty simple, Vince. This wonderful scientist pitched up in my office in Oxford and sat down and basically showed me some data, some real scientific data. I'm an immunologist by background, then subsequently went into business and have led some companies through the biotech sphere. But Vince showed me some data that was just too compelling. And originally I was just very skeptical before I met Vince. And after sort of meeting and putting aside 2-hour slot, sort of about 6 hours later, we were still going. And the data was pretty much this. Some mouse model studies that they've been doing at the University of Helsinki in his Department of Immunology to show that they had a radical new treatment for cancer, which, if you think about it, is going to affect 1 in 3 of us in our lifetimes. And he had shown this idea it had a eureka moment, so to speak, a really lateral kind of idea that wasn't obvious to people in the what's called the oncolytic virus space. But the essence of it shows here on the slide, where the blue is untreated, and these are little the mice that have been given basically a melanoma, a form of cancer. And you'll see the pink line at the bottom when they treated with this oncolytic virus, Vince's invention, the pepticrad, and shows that it basically clears this particular cancer from the mouse. The other point about being here, so that was easy. Once you saw that data, it was an incredible opportunity to lead this company. And the other thing they had, which I then subsequently met, was a team, and I was very privileged as the CEO to actually already have a team already established, fantastic scientists, oncolytic virus experts here in Helsinki, already in position, ready to go. And so with a team like this, with an idea like that, with a scientific founder like VIncenzo Cerullo, it was a very, very easy decision to make to come and lead this company. I'm also very happy to say that there's another Slush success, which I'm not sure you're aware of yet, Vince, but earlier this morning, we got an offer for the full round of financing to take the company through to the clinic. Woohoo! Back to you, Vince.
I told you that it was one of the best.
But it's a big team effort. I'll hand over to you, Vince, to take us through the whole journey so far.
Yes, thanks, Mike. Well, then there is not very much I want to share with you. Just remember, at least in my case, what I did right, which was hiring him, which was teaming up with his, and coming to this stage to do the pitch last year. And I want to leave you with what is, in general, my philosophy of life. Doesn't matter how smart you think you are, and doesn't matter how great your idea you think it is. There is no room for success unless you really are able to share this, and unless you are really able to team up with people and use other people's expertise. So the success of this story, at least, was thanks to the University of Helsinki, my laboratory, the Helsinki Innovation Service, Bentmind, FTDO, OI, Kangas Media, and of course, Slush. Thank you very much. See you hopefully next year.
Thank you, guys.